Hey lovelies. Okay, so this is probably the very first ever video that I've ever done where I didn't have an intro. I didn't know where to start or where I was going to end. All I knew was that I needed to say something. I have been through a lot in my life. My ex-boyfriend was murdered upstairs from me while I was home. I heard it happening. My mother died. My ex-boyfriend kicked the shit out of me. I've been through some shitty things in my life. And yet I have never been through something in my life that made me never want to leave bed ever again. That made me fearful of just going down into the community that I loved so much. The events that happened at Pulse nightclub are disgusting. Disgusting. 49 people killed and 53 others injured. My incredibly shattered and broken heart goes out to each and every one of the victims, their family, their friends, their loved ones. To the survivors, stay strong. Do not let this event destroy the rest of your life. Be a hero. Use this. Use this and stay strong. I hope that everyone who made it out alive gets some sort of help. Gets some sort of psychological help, because this will haunt you for the rest of your life, and I know what that's like to have something haunt you for the rest of your life. You know, I almost wasn't going to post anything about it. I thought to myself, what can I do? I'm a fucking nobody on YouTube. And then I realized that, you know, some of my followers are from the States. And this event is hitting a lot closer to home than it is for me. Because it's in their own country. I can remember the first time I ever went to Pride. Mr. Dean Orderico put me on a float. It was here in Toronto, and it was probably the most magical day of my life. The fact that this is happening during Pride, the fact that it's happened during Pride is really scary. You know, the thing about our community that makes us great is that whether it's a good thing that's happening or a bad thing that's happening, we band together and God, I'm fucking losing my words today so bad. I feel dizzy. I feel like there's something or someone in my head, and I can't focus on what I want to try and say to you. I am so incredibly heartbroken at this. I feel like I've gone through the 7 stages of grief, and I am now at the disbelief that this has got to be some sort of fucked up publicity scandal, that this can't be real. can't be real. I remember in 1999, during Y2K, in the time that I was a drag performer before I transitioned, and I was scheduled to perform that night, and we had a security lockdown in the bar, in the sense that A, there was extra security there, and B, I was told as a performer, you would be leaving through this exit. If something happens, you'll be following them. And I remember fearing something happening in that bar that night. I remember being terrified. Like, I was actually terrified for my life, for everyone else's life in the bar. But this just... my heart aches. My heart is just... You know, last night I went to bed and I was sad. I was in a state of disbelief. This was not happening. This didn't happen. And I cried 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 and I shut my social media down for the day. And then I woke up this morning and I saw a post from, I can get my knee to stop shaking. From the National Post or Huffington Post, one of the two, that called this piece of shit degenerate a suspect. We save suspect for people that are actually innocent. This man is shown shooting these people in the bar. This man was gunned down with an assault rifle in his fucking hands outside of the bar. He is no longer a suspect. He is the perpetrator. Do not give him that level of respect to call him a suspect, because he doesn't fucking deserve it. I'm cold and clammy right now. If you understood, I'm sitting in front of lights that are so fucking bright and so hot, and yet I am cold and clammy because I'm so fucking angry at this. The FBI and CIA knew about this guy. They knew about him. They knew that he had violent tendencies, and yet somehow this happened. My guess is someone in the FBI who was not so LGBTQ friendly let it slide. Because you want to believe that homophobia doesn't exist in the government, yet we already fucking know that it does. So my guess is that someone in the FBI and the CIA who fucking interviewed this guy, or who interviewed everyone around him, was like, ha ha ha, those homos can totally die. And did nothing about it. Why else would you ignore all the information? Tell me, why? Why else? Oh, I'm so sorry. It wasn't a straight bar being attacked. Is that it? Is that it? Because they're the ones that let this person get away with this. You and no one else but you let that person get away with this. You, the FBI, the people who interviewed this guy, or the people who interviewed the people around him, the people who watched him. You are responsible for this just as much as he is. You should be on the list of suspects. You should be on the list of goddamn suspects as well. How dare you think because you're the American government you can get away with everything? You're above it all. Oh, well, we took in the resources and we calculated the data and we did what we could. No, motherfucker, you did not do what you could. Oh, I can feel myself getting angrier and angrier and colder and colder. And you know what? I'm not that person. I don't want to wish death on anyone. I don't want to wish meanness on anyone. But there was an opportunity to stop him and no one did it. 102 people are dead and injured because the FBI and the CIA refused to take action against this piece of shit. And I'm not going to say his name. Not once. Not fucking once. You didn't take action when you know you should have. And now people are dead. The worst gun violence in American history. The worst. And you had an opportunity to stop it and did nothing. Federal Bureau of Investigating what? That's what it should be called. The FBIW. Or the FBIW as in Federal Bureau of Investigating who the fuck knows. Because you investigated this guy and did nothing. People are dead. I'm sorry. I am angry. I am angry and I am disappointed. To each and every one of my lovelies around the world who knew someone or know someone involved in this tragedy, my heart breaks for you. It is so hard for me to keep my contempt in right now. To each and every one of the victims whose lives were cut short by this incredible piece of shit, my heart aches for you. It will bleed the entire pride flag for you. To the survivors. To the survivors. The coming days and weeks and months are not going to be easy. There will be days where you think of your loved ones and you want to kill yourself. There will be days when you think of what happened and you will want to kill yourself. And don't. Self-harm is only going to let that piece of shit win. Self-harm is only going to let all of those other homophobic, transphobic, genderphobic pieces of shit out there in the fucking world win. And we don't want them to win. Because above and beyond everything, love wins. Love. Our love. Whether it's GLBT love or it's straight love or whatever it is, love is love. I hope that each and every one of the survivors of what happened during this tragedy gets serious help. I am so sorry that a piece of your innocence is lost because of this. I love you all so much. I don't know what I would do if this happened in Canada. I don't know what I would do if this happened to someone that I know. Hi. Hi there. I know mommy's sad. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get better with your love. I'm okay. Hi. Come here, Bubba. Come here, love. Come on. Good boy. Hello, cutie pie. Hi. Thank you for visiting. It's very nice of you. Mommy's in the middle of something. Yeah, yeah, right over there. I'm in the middle of something. But that's okay. You can interrupt me anytime. You know why? Because you, my dear, are what keep me knowing about love. From all of us here in Toronto, Canada, we are all Orlando tonight. Every single one of us, GLBTTIQQ2 people around the world, are all Orlandians tonight. I love you all so very much, and I love you most of all. I do. And I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon.